And now we'll hear from a newcomer, Republican Julie Fry Muller. Julie, you may begin with your opening statement.
Thank you for having me. My name is Julie Fry Mueller, and I am running for State House in District 30. I've been a resident of South Dakota for nearly 40 years, and I've been married to my husband, Mike Mueller, for almost 31 years. For the last 24 years, I have worked with my family at Roger Fry's Paint and Supply. Being part of a small business has given me the opportunity to get involved with city, county, and state issues that directly affect small business owners. I started paying attention to political issues in my mid-30s. I had always voted, but just looked for the R and went on my way. But 4 years ago, I came across a legislative issue that concerned me. The more I researched, the madder I became. Then I started paying attention to other legislation that bothered me, and I asked myself, why would a conservative state be supporting these issues that directly conflict with the Republican platform? Why was South Dakota leading the country in data mining of its citizens? Why did we implement Obamacare? Why were Common Core national standards adopted in our state when the platform specifically says local control of education in our schools? These are just a few hot button items that got my attention. There are many more, I assure you. We need a shake-up in Pierre and a true conservative to represent the people of this state. I am a proven conservative who will not abandon my principles. I believe being a public servant with an honest voice is what is necessary to turn this state and country around for future generations to live the American dream. I hope I can earn your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. And now, Julie, your first question. What is the basis of your moral compass, and how will that influence what you decide is best for your constituents and the citizens of South Dakota?
Thank you. What has guided me throughout my life are my ethical values that were taught to me as a child and that I have embraced as an adult. The true north of my moral compass is unquestionably my belief in God, the 10 Commandments, personal responsibility, and respect for others. The founding documents of our country are another powerful influence in my life. All men are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with absolute rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that all men have freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to own guns, freedom from oppression by government. I truly believe and will protect these rights for all Americans. People have asked me, if you go to Pierre, how can you be sure you won't end up like the rest of them? I actually have used the term moral compass in my answer to them. My moral compass will guide me into doing what's right for my fellow citizens, for my state, and for my country. Our legislators take an oath to uphold the United States Constitution and the South Dakota Constitution. I intend to honor that oath.
Thank you. And your second question tonight. There are those who believe that the Common Core national standards adopted by the South Dakota Department of Education is an end of state sovereignty over education and is reminiscent of the educational standards found in socialist countries. The math and language arts national standards have already been accepted by South Dakota. What is your position on the further adoption of Common Core national standards, for example, history and science?
Thank you for calling them national standards, because that is what they are. State sovereignty, and especially the legislature's authority over education as granted by Article 8, Section 1 of our state constitution, was destroyed with the stroke of a pen when Governor Rounds signed the Race to the Top agreement. His action imposed Common Core standards on our state. We did not accept them. No vote was ever taken to adopt them, and our state doesn't even own the rights to these standards. You wouldn't buy a house sight unseen, especially if you could never hold a title to it. You would have to ask permission before you could make any improvements on your own home. But that's exactly what happened with education in South Dakota. The federal government worked through third parties, namely the National Governors Association and the Council of Chief State School Officers, to commission and write the Common Core standards, and they are the ones who own them. Of course, I am opposed to further implementation of Common Core. Revisionist history and global warming science are already incorporated into the English and math curriculum that children are exposed to every day. School officials are aware that Common Core aligned curriculum and the exemplar text is full of material that is sexually and developmentally inappropriate, yet they do nothing to remove it from the schools. Why must the school teach sexuality, core standards, and skills beginning with kindergarten? That's up to the parents. Our state just passed a law that requires the Pledge of Allegiance to be recited at the beginning of each school day, and I think that's wonderful. But the kids are learning in these new books that America is at fault for all of society's problems. This is not coming to a school near you. This is happening now. All the states that adopted Common Core standards 2 years ago are desperately trying to get out. South Dakota needs to stop these bogus national standards now, in spite of Governor Dugard's support of them. I will work tirelessly to see that that happens. Thank you.
Join me in thanking Jim Cole.